Whoa. You got really stuttery. I don't know if that was me or you, though. Alright, let me promote this.
I'm uploading a GIF.
Oh, that's... You turned into dog shit. We can't record till you're done with that. And I gotta promote it anyway, so it's no rush. We are live and talking about the Barbarian brothers. And someone's outside my window, so we have to wait until they're fucking done. You definitely will. No, I have a piece of styrofoam as part of my window now because the air conditioning's in the window, so I don't have like a sound block. So I gotta wait for that to finish. About the Barbarian brothers and their flick, the Barbarians. No, YouTube. Like I've taken this live, but it's on the stream starting soon screen, and everyone can hear us, but no one can see us. I'm gonna have to switch us to coast to coast now. Not now, but you know, as soon as I'm done getting the personals out of here. Marian's Twitch and Slip. And Afflict the Barbarians tweet. Announce at everyone. Alrighty then, posted there. And there. And there. Okay. I have posted it in places where people will see it and wish to join us. There's the yeah, I just needed his reaction, but this is great. I love it all the same. Save image. GIFs. Save. Excellent. Alright, now I can switch us to... I gotta close that. I gotta close that. I gotta close this. Got to... Okay, I tweeted that. Oh, I gotta retweet that from me. From Psychotronic. Okay. Okay. What else do I need to do? I need to open you, make you full screen. Like so. And now I can switch to the Psychotronic Coast to Coast image. Hey! There we go. Oh, I actually have to turn on the glass again. Oh, it did. Here we go. Alright. There we go. We are set to record when you are ready, sir. Well, we've already been recording the file for YouTube, but my point is, I'm ready to start the actual podcast when you're ready.
I've been ready like 2 days ago.
Okay, let me double check the sound. Okay, we are clear. Alright, here we go. 3, 2, 1. Welcome to another episode of Psychotronic Coast to Coast. We watched the not as fun follow-up to Twin Sitters. Actually, that's not true. Technically, this is the first film with Barbarian Brothers, but we had to have a double dose of Barbarian Brothers, because after watching Twin Sitters and knowing that movie was amazing, we had to check to see if there's another one that was good. And you know, we'll find out if this movie held up to Twin Sitters' greatness. I mean, Twin Sitters is like, not to sit on Twin Sitters nuts some more, even though you just heard us talk about it in a previous segment. But like, Twin Sitters is in the Hall of Fame. It's one of the best movies we ever saw on this show. It's perfect.
No. Okay.
Oh, you know what? Hold on. I know what's happening here. I need to close uh, something real quick. No.
Why? What happened?
I have a thing open that's eating up my CPU currently. Exit. There we go. That should help. I'm dropping frames, which is weird because I'm broadcasting 720. 65 frames? I'm so confused. What? I'm dropping 65% of my frames? I'm so confused. Well, the audio is going to record just fine, and this is for a podcast, so fuck it. We're just going to continue on. Alright, back on track. And I have an update after we talk about this movie about the Paul brothers and what they've been up to. And Owen, why don't you take us through this Conan clone? Literally, they made him twice in the same movie.
I've actually never seen Conan, so you'll have to point out.
What?
Never seen it.
Oh my goodness. Okay.
So you'll have to point out all the similarities.
All right. Here, you go for it. Take us through it.
Okay. It opens up with a caravan of freaks and weirdos, pretty much. You got your jugglers, you got your clowns, you got your men dressed as women, guys shooting flames. You know, your standard circus folk.
Oh, and there's the guy who looks like he's a lion, right? And a weird lion mane and like claws and shit.
I don't remember which side he was on.
He was riding on the wagon at one point. So like he's with them. It was just weird. I was like, okay, so like, I get the Italians are cheap, but like, did they just like get a guy to be the lion? I'm confused. You know, I should say the Italian exploitation film industry at this time was cheap. I shouldn't be derogatory to an entire group of people based on this era of their film industry. We watched a few movies from this era. They're notoriously cheap films because they're exploitation flicks. They're there to make a quick buck. Anyway.
But yeah, and we're introduced to the twins as children, little scrawny kids. And then they're attacked by, I'm blanking on his name.
Michael Baron?
Well, maybe he was there, but no, the main guy.
Oh, yes, the main bad guy. I have also forgotten his name. I'm looking up...
He's a famous guy. He's in a lot of films.
Yes. God damn it. That's not what I needed. There we go. Apologies. I'm getting there. We can continue. You obviously should cut this shit out. Load faster!
Not Gary Busey.
God. Gary Busey? That would have made this movie amazing. If Gary Busey is the bad guy? Holy shit. That would have been amazing, dude. Oh my god, get your Sicario 2 ad out of my face. Oh, here we go. The Barbarians. Found it. Okay. Okay. Oh my god, now I have to click on full cast? What? Jesus Christ. IMDb mobile's dog shit.
He was like third villain.
Richard Lynch is his name. His name's Kadar.
Yes, Richard Lynch.
Kadar.
Yes. I'm not going to remember their names. They were all ridiculous. But
Kuchek and Gore are the twins. I remember Kuchek and Gore.
But yeah, he gets his cronies to attack. They're all kind of... They're not mutants, but they're all scarred up and wearing weird shit too. Everyone's wearing weird outfits.
This is, by the way, directed by Cannibal Holocaust's Ruggero Deodato. I mean, like, it's in competent hands, so it's like it's not like badly shot. It's not there's a lot of things that are wrong with this movie, but the production, like the way it's shot, like how it's edited, all that's pretty solid stuff. So, like, Ruggero Deodato did his job. His actors, well, it's Richard Lynch. Okay, you're gonna get what you get.
And there's a pretty fun little Mad Max-esque chase scene with horses. People being thrown off them and killed all over the place.
Yeah, it was very Mad Maxy because like the vehicles were all like custom built wagons and shit, which was a nice touch, by the way.
It wasn't really clear at the time, like, did he always want the ruby or did he just want the girl, their queen?
I think he wanted both. I think
Okay.
he wanted because at one he was like at one point he's talking to her and he's like, I give you everything. He like wanted her to love him.
Yeah.
But like, dude, you keep her in a cage.
But his like
You
his
know,
second,
like
his second command there, the wizard or whatever, the sorceress, she wanted the ruby pretty badly. But I wasn't sure if
name's
it
like
was
Raven
also
or
his
something like
want.
that.
Because it starts off pretty normal, like, oh, they're fighting with swords, and all of a sudden, like, a little ways in, they're like, magic! Which didn't really come into play at all, really, but there was a little hinting of magic here and there. But yeah, they finally get the caravan to stop, and he starts stabbing the different people on the caravan, basically trying to get her to be like, yeah, I'll be yours. And one of the twins jumps out and cuts his 2 fingers off, slices them right off, and he's gonna kill him. And then she's like, no, I'll do whatever you want, promise you won't kill him. And he's like,
Canary.
okay.
That was a good lady. The lady who gets kidnapped's name, Canary.
I don't care.
I'm sorry, it was bothering me to no end.
The queen.
Yes, Queen Canary. I was bothering me because I knew it was like Raven or something. Like, no, it was Canary, different kind of bird. But
Yeah. So she agrees to be his woman, but he cannot kill the twins, and he agrees. So he takes them back to his place, and they're sent off to be slaves.
well, Michael Berryman, by the way, is running around in a loincloth and a cape with a horn on his forehead. And his name is Dirtmaster.
Well, he hasn't shown up yet, but yes.
But I'm just saying, like, he's in this movie. I meant to
He is
mention earlier.
he is the one whipping the children and trying to make them do stuff that they
Yes.
refuse to do.
Yeah. Okay. So the similarity here to Conan the Barbarian is that Conan the Barbarian's tribe gets attacked by the Dark Riders of fucking goddamn, I forgot his name. James Earl Jones in Conan the Barbarian, and he puts Conan into a slave camp where Conan works until he's like he does like menial labor until he is super strong Conan the Barbarian, Arnold Schwarzenegger, and then he's trained to fight in the pits, which is where this whole sequence that we're about to see also mimics. Basically, the first 25 minutes of this movie mimics the first 25 minutes of Conan the Barbarian, but not exactly, because, you know, it's not... Conan the Barbarians wasn't like some it was just like Conan the Barbarians actually from barbarian like tribes, so they weren't like jugglers and weird dorks and shit. Some weird lion person. None of that was in Conan the Barbarian. That's all Ruggero Deodato's twin barbarian clone. Anyway.
Yeah. It's just a montage of him whipping the kids, which is not made clear that he's separated them and they're each told the other one's dead. So I swear there's scenes where they're carrying rocks around together. But maybe I just wasn't paying that close attention. But yeah, it's just that he's whipping the children. He's trying to make them kill dogs and snakes, and they won't. And then all of a sudden, you just see them all buff, while everyone else there is still like scrawny and like starved to death. Somehow they're a fucking giant.
I'd like to point. So it seems to be that they're not split up till after they're buff. Because we see them together in the cage together when they're buff, right? They get split up before the fight, but they were never told that they were killed until the fucking fight is the problem. So all that happens, right? Dirtmaster apparently tells them that each of them that the other one died, and then puts them in the fighting arena against each other with helmets, and like that's. But no one, we don't fucking know until they're yelling at each other and having a fucking fight. Like they bicker like a married couple, like frequently throughout the movie. It's like a running gag. It's like supposed to be funny, but it's not. I mean, it's not even a good try. It's just like, what? What's going on? Anyway, sorry.
Back up a little bit though.
Yes, go ahead.
They were kids. We meet the sorceress, and she has the guy's 2 fingers, and demands to know which one did it. They both said they did it, so she holds them in her hand, and they like turn to ash, which she throws in their face.
There are like 7 people with no pictures on the castle, so I have no idea who that person is. Just so we're clear, I don't know. I don't know her name. I don't know which one of the female-sounding characters she is. So, sorry.
And she starts doing like magic hands, and they're covered in frozen in spider webs. But then he's like, "I promise not to kill him," and she's like, "Okay."
That's so weird. It's so confusing and it happens so quick. I don't know. I don't know what it is. Okay, so I've seen about almost all these goddamn like 80s and 70s and 80s like post-peplum Italian sword and sandal films, especially the ones that came out after Conan the Barbarian, like Thor the Conqueror and Conquest by Lucio Fulci, and they're all fucking incomprehensible in some way, and I don't understand. I'm guessing there's some sort of cultural shorthand that we don't understand because we're in a different culture. Like, there's shorthands that we do in our movies that would confuse people who don't understand our culture, right? Like, things like we do in a film, like the way we cut our films sometimes. I don't know, it's hard to explain in such a short medium as we're on here. But it's like, I feel like they made some of these sequences and, like, they're bizarre to us. Like, I don't understand. What? But it would probably make sense to them. Or maybe it doesn't. Maybe I'm over analyzing a film that was made in, as fast as possible. So maybe we'll just continue on talking about the movie. Sorry. I digress.
And we gotta jump back again. We forgot to mention their queen gave the ruby that we've been talking about to a guy who jumps off the caravan and hides, and he's supposed to take it to a special place. Because that comes into play later. So yeah, they're fighting each other. They knock the helmets off. Then they're like, "Why do you have my face?" Because, they're stupid.
They always play fucking idiots for some reason. They don't, by the way, neither of them sound like I just before we went live, I was watching some videos from both of them and stuff, and like neither of them sound like idiots. But they play idiots in these movies for some reason. The big dumb muscleheads, I guess. But anyway.
Yeah. But like the confusing part comes in the fact that they're like, "No, my brother's dead. No, my brother's dead." But this is the first time the audience has heard anything about them.
Yeah.
Supposedly one of the other being dead.
This is what I was bitching about. Like, we didn't get any fucking information. So, like, why the fuck are they fighting? Can't they tell that looks like me with a fucking weird helmet on? Like when I'm sorry, I'm not a twin, but I imagine when you look at a fucking twin, you notice the differences and you go, holy fuck, that guy's got the wrists of my twin. Because, maybe their wrists are different. Like, little things will be different like that. Right? And so, I would just be like, oh, I'd immediately go, that looks like my twin brother. What the fuck's happening? I'd open my mask and be like, what the fuck?
This is also how Lynch gets around his promise. Not him and his people cannot kill them.
Yeah.
But they can kill each other.
Yes, that was the whole thing.
Plot twist.
You swore. This is where he was talking about how, like, yeah, I gave you everything. She's been in captivity with him for years. I'll give you everything. I did you really well, but why don't you love me? And it's like, because that's not how you get love, dude. Anyway, so like that's happening, like, and then she's like, that's it. I'm killing them, and like she's like, well, you swore. And it's like, oh, I swore I wouldn't lay a hand on them, and none of my people would either. And like, oh, you son of a bitch. But
as soon as they realize they're the brothers, they just break apart the kind of cage they're in and just get on a horse and just leave.
They literally just break the wall of the fucking arena, which is, by the way, the arena. I say arena in air quotes here.
Hallway.
It's a fucking hallway made of wood and twine. It's like, and it's pretty impressive. And I can see how they'd actually really that breeds only straight on fighting. That doesn't. There's no like flanking. It's literally just this kind of fighting. Like I get that's actually a kind of smart way of doing it. But the Barbarian brothers apparently have super strength and just they Hulk smash the wall apart, and then just walk over and punch some dudes off the horses. This is only 3 years after Conan the Destroyer, and 5 years after Conan the Barbarian, and it's he punches the guy off the horse, and the horse kind of rears up, and it's shot kind of like how when Conan punches the horse, which is a different moment, but it's kind of like it's shot similarly to kind of give you that feeling. Because I immediately thought about that moment, which means they were trying to make me think of that fucking moment, because it was pretty well shot like that. And yeah, and they just fucking steal these fucking horses. It's like nobody stops them, no one fights them, no one blocks them. They're just like, hey, they stole our horses. Damn. Like, fuck, that got my shaw hurt. So I'm alive. Like that. What the fuck? Like, I don't get it. Anyway.
No. But they ride back to, I guess, where they were from. And there's a girl in a cage, and they kind of ignore her. And then the people from their carny folk come out. Don't believe that they're the brothers. And decide to hang them and the girl. But they escape the hanging by one of them makes weird noises like Herman Munster laughing, and it breaks the rope with his neck. I
don't know which one's which, but one of them has this weird moose call sound that he makes. It's brilliant. I love it. I'm gonna use it for like my subscriber sound. I'm just gonna clip it out. It's gonna have it. If I can find an instance where he does it and it's clean audio, I'm using it. If not, I'm still probably gonna use it. It's just awesome.
They also demand to see a girl, which I'm blanking on her name. But they're like, we haven't seen her in years.
She has some name. I don't know.
Yeah.
I told you, there's like 9 people with no pictures, and I don't know who's.
I'm just mentioning it because it comes in later.
The only reason I know Raven is because her character picture is
Canary.
The picture. Or Kari. God damn it, Canary.
Kari or whatever.
The only reason I know Canary is because her fucking picture is from this movie. I don't know if she did anything else.
The girl they asked about was Kari.
Kari, okay.
And they acted like they didn't know her. Then the other girl's like, that's the person that was left when they did. So anyways, once they break out of the noose, they look at their neck and see the mark. And they're like, oh yeah, it is them.
Like, you didn't see that when you were applying the noose to their fucking neck?
They have long hair.
So what? You have to pull the hair back to get the noose around the neck. It doesn't make any fucking sense, is what I'm saying. Because if you leave the hair in, there's a potential that the noose won't tighten all the way and you can slip out. Which is why they would have lifted the fucking ponytail and put it through the noose properly. Plot hole, by the way. That's officially a plot hole.
Apparently they talked them into releasing the girl, and the girl joins them for some reason. And they head to a tavern with some coin to get weapons, which this scene's completely pointless other than you get a fight scene.
Yeah.
They go in, throw down gold, want weapons.
They have the Deathstalker fight scene. Yeah. They
say, arm wrestle. If you beat me in arm wrestling, you have all my weapons. If I beat you, I get your gold and your woman. And the guy with the weapons gets destroyed in arm wrestling, and then his tactic is like, hey, that guy just put me through a table by arm wrestling. I'm gonna punch him, which doesn't work.
Through the table. By the way, wasn't there a poisonous snake on the table or something like that?
The guy had a snake.
Was it poison? Did they say it was poisonous? I don't remember. I remember a snake, but I don't know if it was in the way of the arm wrestling competition.
At one point, it supposedly rose up and hissed at him when they're arm wrestling, and he hissed back, and the snake slithered away.
Oh my god, I need a gif of that. Oh god.
And then the 2 barbarians beat the shit out of everybody in there and leave without their gold or weapons. So, good job, guys.
Yeah.
So plan two is the girl's like, hey, I know there's a secret cave that leads right into where your queen is. I don't know why I didn't come up with that earlier, unless that was the plan all along, but I guess they didn't need weapons because they show up there and everyone's passed out drunk and they just walk into the cave and go in.
Well, they went to some storehouse to get weapons and armor at some point.
That's where they were arm wrestling. But they didn't get any weapons.
Yeah, they got an axe and a sword and armor, dude.
Oh, that's way later.
Was that way later?
Way later.
Oh god. Because
anyway.
By the way, so way later, one of them mentions, oh yeah, there's a storehouse of weapons from our people. Like what?
No.
Isn't that what happened?
No. We'll get to it.
Okay. I'm mixing things up. I think.
Yes.
The movie is a bit,
So they make it to their queen. They're at their queen, and she says, "You need to go get the ruby, and this is where it is. And there's also a dragon, which you need to have sacred weapons to defeat it."
Oh, okay. Man, that dragon was pretty cool, actually.
But the girl said, "Be careful. Lynch has been neglecting all of his women for the queen. So wink, wink. They're horny as hell."
Yeah. By the way, there's a fucking moment when she tells them that, and one of them gets they look at her with a dumb, big grin smile, like, "Well, why'd you tell us that? We're totally gonna fuck them now." Like that's the look they give her. That's the look they give her.
And that's the hint too. Like,
and she's shocked when it takes them forever to come back. By the way.
And when they're leaving, the girls jump on them, and then they come out, and she's like, "I've been waiting forever, you." And they're like, "Oh." So I have to assume they bang like 30 women in front of their
happens
queen,
here, by the way,
who is still in the cage.
He makes the moose call again with the girls around. So I'm like, what? He does this a lot. It's so weird.
So they're off on their journey. You cut back. The sorceress comes in, demands to know where the ruby is, and whips the shit out of the queen there. And then we see Lynch later come in, pissed off. Like, "I'm going to kill the sorcerer and whoever's with her for beating the crap out of my woman."
Yep. Yeah.
So now there's like double sets of bad guys.
2 different sets of bad guys, yes.
And they all apparently know where to go. Because we have them, the twins show up. They fight some werewolves. And then there's werewolf arms coming out of the ground that are not attached to werewolves.
It's so weird. Like, the ground grows arms, and they cut them off. I don't understand what was going on here. It's so confusing. Yeah. And then there's a werewolf, and then they cut that werewolf's head off.
And pick it up and make werewolf sounds.
I was like, what? Like, I don't know what even happened here. Was it 3 werewolves? Was it 2? They cut one werewolf's arms off and another werewolf's head off? Or was it that guy's arms? Because he had arms when he got his head cut off. So where the fuck... What?
I think the ground just had arms.
The ground just had arms. Okay. I can get behind it, but I was just confused. It didn't make any... There's no explanation for it.
But that's where
something that happened.
They get a sword, an axe, and the girl gets a bow. And apparently it's sacred magical. Which, they're just normal, but apparently that's what you need to kill the dragon. And then they make it to where the ruby's supposed to be, and it looks like a rock snake. I guess it's supposed to be the dragon. And they're like, "It's not here." And I guess they decide to leave. But the sorceress shows up at the same place, and the snake's eye, or whatever, dragon's eye, is the ruby. She plucks it out, and then dragon pops out. And apparently eats them? I missed that part. Or eats her?
I guess? I missed that part.
She's in the dragon later, in the guts.
I didn't remember her being eaten either. It just kind of happened, I guess. Maybe it's implied off screen and we just missed the audio cue.
Yeah.
I don't know.
There's some things that hop out of the swamp they fight. It's not the main people. They jump out and attack the bad guys too. I don't know. So... anyways, the girl comes up with the plan of, "You guys hide in this hole, and I'll make the dragon come over and you shank it in his guts," which they do. get covered with ooze. And then they climb up inside of it and walk around, and that's where they find the ruby in the dead sorcerer's hand.
Yep.
Also, at one point, they killed 2 bad guys. I don't remember Michael Vernon dying.
I don't think he died. I think he
Unless
just...
he got ate by the dragon, too, because he was next to the sorceress.
Maybe they both got eaten by the dragon?
It's just not important enough to show inside, I guess.
Or maybe we just missed it.
I don't know. I assume he's dead.
Like, for like a very small... For about 10 minutes of the movie, I was sucked into figuring out what the Barbarian brothers were doing since their fucking 4 or 5 movies they did.
And then more weird stuff happens, because Lynch shows up, and all of a sudden, when the girl's holding the ruby, it's glowing. And then Lynch starts seeing, like, he's seeing through the ruby, and he thinks the girl's escaping, and he starts stabbing, and then he ends up actually stabbing her because she just stands there. You know, his love, not the girl with the twins, the queen. And then she dies, and she's like, I'm free.
Yep. Yeah, it was a weird sequence.
And then there's another weird sequence where she has the ruby, and I guess they send her back to town, you know, like to where their caravan guys are, and then they go a different way. So she shows up there, and the gem is not glowing because the queen's dead. And they're like, oh no, and they throw it on the ground. But then it starts glowing again, so we can have another queen. They need virgins, and they start trying to stick it in their belly buttons, and it doesn't stick. So they grab the girl. I think it's Kara. And she's like, I'm not a virgin, get off me. And they stick it in there, and it starts glowing. And they're like, yay. And then they're like, she's not one of us, she can't be. And they're like, boo. And then she's like, oh yeah, by the way, I'm Kara the whole time.
Yeah.
And then they go, yay.
Oh, and she has a tattoo on her neck like the brothers.
Yeah. I'm like, why is this not... She was in a cage and they were going to hang her. Why was she like, hey, I got one of those too. I'm the girl.
Right? Like,
I went missing with the Barbarian twins because I was a little
Why
kid
didn't
too.
she say, when she sees the Barbarian brothers tattoo, hey, I've got one of those?
Yeah.
Like, hello?
She just wanted to like, oh, I do want to be queen. So yeah, by the way, I'm one of you. It just doesn't make any sense.
I don't get it.
Like, that's the only reason. It's like, why was... That's why I kept asking, why is she bothering with them? Like, they saved her. She could have bailed. But, oh, yeah, she's one of them.
I just...
Oh, God.
The movie... I like the movie, but it's not a good movie.
And then there's a weird fight sequence with the Barbarian twins and Lynch. He's riding on a horse, and I really don't get why at this point he just didn't cut his losses and just bail. I'm just like, fuck this.
Yeah, I'm out. Peace.
But he outsmarts him quite a bit. They try to swing on him on the horse, and he ducks and cuts them both, and then they knock the horse down, and then he's gonna shoot the little crossbow, which was like, whoa, magic. Which it wasn't, but they were scared of it. They lowered their weapons instead of
yeah, that shield was like shiny, and we think it was magic.
Yeah, magic shield at least.
Yeah.
Not magic like it protects him all around, just that it's shiny.
That it was like it shone like a beacon. It was blinding light or whatever.
Yeah, either they were trying to show his magic or they just put something over it. They'd be like, it's really shiny, guys. That's why they're blinded.
Yeah, that could be too. You never know.
But they just chuck their swords like spears and shank him, and he's dead.
Which, by the way, is exactly how Conan kills the sorcerer in Conan the Destroyer. Spoiler! Also, there's a virgin lady in that too. That is integral to the plot. And let's see what else is similar.
And then he moose calls, and they're like, "Hey, it's them." The end.
Oh, that's right. Maybe I'll I can use the moose call from the end. Yeah, thanks for reminding me about that. Excellent. Anyway.
Isn't that just where it just ended there, right?
Yeah, that's it. And then the credits rolled, and now here we are.
I'm still just so confused. We're like, oh, by the way, guys, I'm the girl that's been missing.
So I did a little digging, and Peter goes by the name on the internet, on Twitter, and YouTube as God Through Peter Pelpin. And I don't know what's going on there. It sounds like someone has had, like, you know when you meet somebody who's had, like, a super intense psychoactive, like, experience, like they've done acid or whatever, and they're not the same person afterwards, and they're just a little weird, something a little off about them? That's what I get from this guy. Nothing wrong with that. I've friends who are like that. So, like, you're just like, okay, that's just how this person is. But, you know, I'm watching this video of his, and it's like 20 minutes of dance, random music, and him just dancing, you know. And then at the 20-minute mark, he starts babbling. Like, I don't want to say babbling. He starts talking. It's very incoherent, kind of hard to hear. I think it was poetry, because I think I heard lots of rhyming, but he could just talk in rhymes. I don't know if it was like, I don't know if he talks in rhymes or if it's written poetry. It's hard to tell. I don't know if it's intentionally spoken word this way. Anyway, David is a photographer and actually has a book out. If you go like I think it's davidpaulart.com or .net. Just David Paul Art. I hope you just Google that. You can buy it through the site, but he's actually a really great photographer. I was really impressed. I was actually awestruck. I was like, wow. Not that like I'm not awestruck because like it's not like he's incapable or whatever, but like I just there's a lot of people who are photographers and just take photos. But this guy makes some really good photography. Like, it's really, like, well composed and lit, and it's all, that seems to be all natural lit, and it seems to be bodybuilders doing sometimes everyday things. There's one where he's, like, playing with a toy, like, toy gun or whatever. It's pretty cool. I looked at some of the samples on his website. But, yeah, those are out there creating still. I seriously want a Twin Sitters 2. In fact, after doing some Googling on the internet, there's actually a petition to get Twin Sitters 2 made. And I'm thinking maybe we should reignite that petition. Maybe we should rally and get Twin Sitters 2 made because the Barbarians didn't live up to the Twin Sitters hype. I give it 2 out of 5 stars. That's my assessment.
Yeah, I'd agree with that.
It's not bad.
My main issue was the supposed humor was really bad in this.
Yeah, and I don't know.
And out of place.
And like, it's not like in Twin Sitters where you can totally see the brothers' goofy style of humor come through. And while it's not funny in a ha-ha funny way, it's still relentlessly entertaining, in my opinion. And so I'm hoping that maybe Think Big or Double Trouble will have a bit more of the Peter and Paul touch, you know. David and Paul. God damn it, Peter and Paul. Wrong thing. David and Paul touch. Jesus Christ.
Peter and Paul.
Damn it. My fucking brain. Anyway, I'm still a huge fan of theirs. So, in fact, I'm subscribing on YouTube so I can watch this guy's videos. He just posted something 10 hours ago. He's still active. Look. I follow David Rock Nelson on YouTube, and I endure spurts where this man uploads like 14 videos. Some of them as long as 25 minutes, and some of them as short as 14 seconds of him ranting from every subject under the sun, including his conservative Christian opinions. But mostly, I like when he rambles about fucking movies and he runs around his basement, wears like masks and roars at the camera and makes pantomime motions. And look, I can sit through that. I enjoy those. They're their own piece of art. I can enjoy these weird dance videos followed by rambling poetry that I can't quite understand, but is interesting nonetheless. So definitely you should check them out. There you go.
If nothing else, watch Michael Berryman chew up the scenery in this movie.
Yes, his great reaction gif. When the dragon's seen, he's like, oh! I was like, oh my god, I need that as a gif. So we've got that as a gif now. So there you go. Scary.gif. So yeah, final thoughts?
I'm done with this movie.
You're done with this movie. Well, I liked it. It's not the worst thing Ruggero Deodato has done that I've seen. Anyway, what are we doing next time we meet, sir?
I don't know. Something 80s.
He hasn't decided. So there you
And
go.
action 80s.
Action 80s. Okay. He'll let me know. And I'll probably post about it on the Twitter. So go ahead and follow us on Psychotronic C2C on Twitter. And you'll know. So is that everything? Are we good?
We're good.
Alright. We'll see you next time, Ghouls and Ghosts. Meet you at the cemetery. Take it easy, guys. Peace.